Dr. Too Sick back at it again. Not sure if this is working properly. Hopefully it is. I think it is. Doing decently well. And we will be continuing our Doro setup. As you remembered last time, what happened was that we did do Doro. So here's Doro. We cleaned her up pretty well, I think. In my opinion, it's hold on, can it focus? Yes, okay, it could focus, good. There are some brush textures here and there that are a little to be desired, but other than that, I think Doro herself is pretty cleaned up, I would say. So last time we did not use the front-facing camera, which was an oversight on my part, especially when doing a painting stream. But this time around, we are doing that. So let us continue with the Doro. Starting with probably eyes. Yeah, I think that's a good start, considering that we did everything else. Or should we do light? Should we do the bright and shadowy parts first? Hold on. Okay. Ow. What is this? This is Doro. This is Doro. Do you not see the majestic beauty of Doro? Do you not see her beauty, her grace, her ass in your face? What the fuck? That's a 3D print? Yes, this is the 3D print that... Why does it look like that now? What did you do to it? I painted it. I painted it. I pulled Summer Doro. Well, congrats! Congratulations on getting Summer Doro. Will it focus? Will my camera focus? Bro, you need to sand it down first before painting. That's what I did. That's what I did. But perhaps you yourself don't remember that I apparently painted this without filling it up first. So even though I sand it down, the lines are still there. So we'll be continuing with this all the way till the end, obviously. So we'll start with the eyes. Are you burning on Samodoro? Yeah, that's probably important. Yeah, but do you want to help me buy the filler? Because I couldn't find good filler anywhere. Okay, let's start with the eyes. So I bought new paint because an oversight on my part. It is limited though. Yes, I know. Summer Doro is limited. I did polls for Summer Doro. It's on my channel right now as a shorts stream. And okay, that's a little pinker than I thought. That's not the taro I was looking for. That is not the by gray primer. Did you say sanded down or did you say by gray primer? Because I bought gray primer and it's already primed. Looks like you missed my last stream. That's why you are out of the loop. If you haven't checked that out, which I'm surprised you haven't because I'm pretty sure you have me on your bell, which means that you should know that I've primed this beforehand, before we actually painted it. No? Yep, okay, that explains it. That is not the Taro I'm looking for. Bro, is he American? He is American? You're talking about me? You talking about me? No, I'm not American. I'm actually pretty Asian. Though I could sound a little bit more American if that's what you're into. Okay, let's try to mix a little bit of pink to the purple. I swear the taro looks a lot more vibrant in the the freaking shop, the online shop. So we'll be mixing. Will it focus? There we go. So that's the purple that we bought, which looks pretty milky. And we'll be mixing it with Doro's hair color right here to hopefully get the eye color of Doro. Also, Kevin, you were talking about the bukkake, right? So that is what will happen if you apply a bit too much paint, which you should never do, which I did. Which I didn't know you were not supposed to do. Well, I did know beforehand. It's just that I got really, really impatient. And so, in the end, oh, that's a pretty good. Still desaturated though. Wait, who the fuck talk about what? I wanna see that bling bling rockin' sparkly Doro magic. Oh, that's for later. That's for later. Once it's right up. Talk about what? Primer? You talking about what? The primer? A bit too pink right now. It looks more like the hair color. You mean don't apply too much paint? Or the primer? Or what? What are you referring to? I have no idea. Okay. I'm thinking on how to get this eye colored properly. I don't think. Hold on. Let's see. Is this a proper eye color? It's a bit too pink. That's a bit too pink. We need more purple. Humma, humma, humma. Humma, humma, humma. Maybe way more purple? Yes. Let her sleep for a bit. If you're talking about the what's called the primer, then what are you talking about? I'm so confused as to what you're referring to. Okay, there we go. It's so pink. Samardoro is made privately but better. Well, she is a pilgrim. She better be better. Otherwise, there is no reason to pull for her because privately is there. All right, so right now the purple is looking a bit too pink. I'll guess I'll be mixing it with a black to get a darker sort of color. Hopefully, oh, it's sealed. Hopefully, it won't be too chalky. Because that is not what I am aiming for. It's so pink. This should have been the hair color. I didn't know that Taro was this pink. Yeah, I guess this could be for highlights, actually. Should we start with highlights then? I guess we can start with highlights. Where do we want to put highlights? I guess on the ups. I guess. There. There-ish. There-ish. Confident brush strokes are the key, which I do not have. There we go. Right, that's decent. It's supposed to be here, isn't it? Ah, crap. Okay, let's put the color there for now. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe I could have used a thinner brush. I need tissue. I probably need tissue for that, to get rid of that. Alright. So yeah, I did summon for Doro, for Summer Doro. She is on my stream. It's on my stream right now. It's 20 minutes long. It's actually the stream before this. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that is way too pink. Way too chalky. Way too chalky. Right, and that's supposed to be shadow. Okay. Maybe something like that. Right. I guess you guys couldn't see if it's not in sunlight. There we go. Man, that's bright. Thank God the weather's better than last time, which means that we could dry this up much faster, which means we might be able to do the whole thing on stream. Maybe. What time is there? It is 11. Should be 11. About 11. Okay. Ow. Oops. Yeah, that is... Fill it with confident strokes. Different strokes for different folks. Do I sound American though? I don't think I sound very Martian, in my opinion. Alright, and that's way too much paint. Alright. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna have to layer that with... Well, I mean, the dried part is fine. I mean, the dried highlight is fine. It's just that I have to find where the lights and where the shadows are. So, there. Because right now, the highlights are way too bright. So, maybe there. Maybe not. Maybe not. There. Alright. It's so pastel. It's so pastel right now. But I will be doing this, I guess, to the bow. Will it focus? Please focus. Please focus. Way too close? Okay, there we go. I guess we'll prioritize the bows first with the bright colors. I don't think that's gonna work. You don't say, the color's kind of off. Yeah, but hey, I only picked like certain colors for this one. I only picked certain colors, and the ad makes it seem like this is the eye color. Turns out, it's completely off. There's too much paint in your brushes, man. Yeah, I know. Give me a break. First time trying to paint, but I have no idea what I'm doing. But that's how we all start off. Like Bob Ross says, just happy little accidents. There are no mistakes, just happy little accidents. Actually, what you're seeing is actually the cleaned up product. Not bad for a first timer. Not bad for a first timer. Hell yeah. What you're actually looking at is actually the cleaned up product. After painting it several times, yep, okay, and the bow has a bottom. And this is why I do not like painting 3D prints, because there are dimensions to it. But we're gonna do it anyway, because if this turns out well enough, we will probably just give it to someone. Yeah, this is way too blobby. But it does not seem like it'll turn out decent. So what were you saying, Kevin? When did who say what? Okay. Yeah, I guess we'll keep the hair one-ish color. If it's gonna be highlights, it's gonna be probably white mixed with this color. So we have that bow tie down. I think. Nope. There we go. Bukake. Once it's dried up, it doesn't look like bukake. It's about to be, though, if I apply the final coat. Because the final coat is the bukake coat. The glossy bukake coat that you accidentally bought last time in Ace Hardware. I have it with me right now, other than the primer gray. How did that one turn out anyway? I swear to God, to get inside these stupid ass cracks or so. Your reference is too obscure? No, that's more of an inside joke because we know what happened. I wouldn't call that a reference. Oh, shoot. Hold on, guys. I gotta lock in for a bit. These cracks are really hard to fill. Okay, we'll let that dry out in the sun. We'll let Doro dry out in the sun. I don't know. Haven't painted it till now. That's a throwaway. Nah, man, that's a throwaway line. Only you remember. What, the Bukake one? Alright, bodyguard speed. Okay, thank you. Thank you for visiting, Adrian Michael. See you next time. Really? The Bukake line is the only line I remember somehow. Wait, I should actually dry it like that, so that the sun would hit right where I need it to dry. Okay. I'm confused on how to paint the eyes now that this is done. The color's so off. I did not expect Taro to be this. It was not like this as in the advertisements. It's way darker. I need to paint some blacks. Right, let's go start with the black. Pour black to darken the Taro a bit. Probably a bad idea. So worst comes to worst, we sand it down and we'll start to do we'll start over again with a different, more altered color. Okay, there we go. Okay, black paint. Here we go. Just a bit of black. Not too much. Yep, that looks like actual shit. Like literally from the tube. It's toothpaste, basically. Okay, how much pink Maybe that much black, and that's way too much pink, so maybe that much, maybe. We'll see if that mixes well. Probably more, probably need more. That's way too much black, obviously. Okay, we'll use a different brush to mix the pink in. Okay, now that that's done, that there. Yeah, that's way too much black. I forgot black is such a dominant color. God damn, it turned chalky right away. Okay. Okay, maybe mix the black into the pink. Maybe that'll work. Instead of mixing black separately. Let's see. Will that work? And it turned gray. Great. That is... Because the pink is so vibrant, it turned the whole damn thing gray. Great. Sorry, not vibrant. It's so desaturated that it turned the whole thing gray. So maybe... Okay, the only alternate color I have left is this dark red crimson looking thing. So maybe, just maybe, right? Wow, it's dried up already. Well, didn't expect it to be that fast. Okay. So maybe we just do... Kind of looks like clay for now, yeah. Because I'm using, well, maybe first of all, it's the type of paint I'm using, but also it's probably also the fact that it is not it's not glossy right now. There's no finishing on it. Should we do highlights and shadows? My god, I'm so scared to put white on black right now. Especially with how the hair turned out. Eyes first. We'll do eyes first. Okay, we'll do eyes first. That's way too much. I'll have to clean up my brushes right after this. Alright. Let's see how this pink looks like on the eyes. First, okay. That's decent, actually. That's doing a decent job for the eyes. But once it's... Oh, fuck. Okay. Where is my tissue? Or I'll just use my hands to do that bit. There we go. And it looks like it's crying. Great. God, don't you have a smaller brush for detailing? I do! It's just that it'll not make too much of a difference. Let's see. I don't think it'll make too much of a difference, in my opinion, considering how messy this damn thing is. This is the smallest brush I have, by the way. Yes, it will make a difference, not too much. Not with how I'm painting it. Let's see. I mean, it looks decent right now. Watch me mess it up at the end. Probably what's going to happen. Let's see. Yep, see? Told you. Right there. Let's focus. Focus. There we go. Right there. Yep, I'm gonna have to repaint that a bit. Alright, time to wash my brushes. While I'm waiting, let's put that there. Watching paint dry, the most interesting stream. The drip is too much. The good kind of drip or the bad kind of drip? Adrian has experience now. Bro praying to Unagi. You're talking. I'm pretty sure after looking at this, you're talking to him, not me. Okay, paint brushes are clean. Let's see if mixing the taro with red gives it a more vibrant eye color. Also, I should probably also do the probably do the face now that this bloody thing happened. Okay, is the eye dried up yet? Are the eyes dried up yet? I don't know about acrylic. You should definitely dilute it with water a bit. It's too thick. Oh, okay. I'm open to advices. Right now. We'll let this dry for a bit first. I'm just trying to do what the filler is supposed to do, considering I don't have filler. They say wood filler, but I don't have that. Okay, let's try to mix it with water for the face side right now. Yeah, definitely looking a bit too thick right now. Okay. You know what I just realized? You guys are backseating me painting. That's funny. Okay, the eyes are dry. Let me mix the skin color, the skin tone with paint, with water. All right, there we go. See, I told you open to suggestions, Now it looks like milk. I have no idea if that's way too wet and probably needs more paint. Now it feels like it's milk. What do you guys think? Too wet? Don't too much more. Okay, relax. Doro's still there. Okay, I haven't touched Doro. Try it on paper first. Yeah, looks more like watercolor right now. Hold on. Maybe. This is more stressful than a UFC win. That's what you guys get for trying to backseat me. Okay. Hold on. hold up. Hold up. Still a bit too thin, I think. Maybe a bit more. Paint, not water. Also remember, this is cheap paint. My hand is full of paint now. Okay, maybe that. I think that's fine. All right, let me make sure my hands are dry of paint first before I touch Doro. Okay. Right, slowly, steadily. Okay. Oh, damn, that's pretty runny. Okay, we'll leave that to dry now. There we go. Okay, nope. I do not like runny paint. That's the reason why I don't like runny paint. Hold on, let me try a different technique. Or you're still using the big brush? Okay, fine, I'll use the small brush. Hold on, let me just try to blow this. Okay. Let it dry. We'll let it dry first. We'll let it dry first. We'll let it dry first. Give it a while to dry. Worst comes to worst, we sand it down. Again. Right, let me try to conjure up the eye color while waiting for this to dry. Ow. And the paintbrush went through the cracks in my bench and made a mess. Okay, let's try to put crimson with the taro looking color. See if that gives us a color that we are looking for, which is this bright red looking as. Ooh, okay, too much red. Okay, it's fine now. It's fine. We have more taro than red. Since you did say to use the small brush, we'll be doing that. That's magenta. That is magenta. We need more taro there. Okay, one moment. Right, I should show you guys actually what I'm working with right now. That is pretty okay, but not the color I am looking for. Now it's rose basically. It's rose red. Hmm. 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 Huh. Yeah, that's rose red. Okay, that much taro should be fine. I think. Should give us the color we are looking for. And I say this with a should, because I have no idea what the color is gonna turn out like. This color set that I bought is way too pastel, by the way. Yeah, definitely way too pastel. Hmm. 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 Huma, huma, huma. The face isn't dried up yet, by the way, so we'll leave that before we move on. Hopefully my brush doesn't crash and burn here. My brush should be fine for now. Yeah, you can see from my hands here that it's stupidly pastel. What can you do? What should you do? And okay, that's decent. That's actually pretty good, I would say. Maybe a bit of black, just a little bit of black, just to make it a bit darker, and we should be fine. Okay, face is dried up now, I think. So this should be fine to pick up, I hope. Okay. Yep. Right. Okay, nope, the face is not dried up yet. Yeah, not completely dried up yet. Like that for now. This part, especially. Okay. Right. Let's see if I'm holding my breath right now. Let me lock in. Okay, one down, one to go. All right. Okay, good. That's definitely way too dark, but it's fine. That's the dark of the pupils. We'll wait for that to dry. This could actually be the shade for our hair, quite honestly. We'll leave that to dry for now. while waiting, we should actually pick up our brushes and clean them up. Okay. Let me see if I could do that. Just a little bit of cleanup. There we go. Done. I'll actually leave it like this. There we go. Should be better. Right. When they say that there's nothing more stressful than watching paint dry, this is what they mean. We'll leave the paint to dry. How are you guys? Welcome to the stream. Why are you here? Why are you watching? Let me know in the comments down below. Hello. Hi. Doro. Bloody hell. Okay. Hmm. Sun is definitely helping. I should also probably clean my palette right after this. Because right now, like, most of my palette is full of colors that I don't think I use. Or I'm probably not gonna use. Crimson, huh? Crimson making magenta. Leave that, leave that. Probably 5 minutes to dry that pretty little face. Now we just wait. We just wait while we're waiting. How are you guys? Can I reverse the camera in stream? Hold on. I could. Can I? Oh, I can. Hello, what is up? I'm real. There we go. And back to Doro. Huh. What are the effects in here? This is my first time actually doing it immediately from the YouTube app, so I have no idea what the hell is going on at all in this app. I mean, I know a couple of things, but not all of them are helpful. Or should I say useful? Okay, put it there now. Whoops. the face does not look any smoother. The face does not look too much smoother, I don't think. What happened to the hair? Oh, I guess the paint on my hand was still wet. The paint on my hand was still wet. Unfortunate. Unfortunately, the paint on my hand was still wet when I grabbed it by the hair, by the handlebars. Okay, seems dry enough. Yep, for the bow tie, which we will not mess with. Alright, the eyes are messed up, just like how we wanted it to be. Just as planned. Right, that is way too dark. So we will be using this color as a dark part for the hair instead. The shadows, if you would. This is why I work more with the colors of... This is why I prefer paint that is darker. Sorry, thicker. Rather than putting water into it and having a mess. A complete and total mess. Definitely have more control with the paint here if it's not mixed with water. But hey, that's just my opinion. Could be wrong. Could be completely wrong. Hold on, let's leave that out there. Ow! I'm just confused with the eyes now. How do I make a two-tone eye with this limited ass color? I guess mix it with white. Yeah, I guess mix it with white. There's not much of a choice. Right, let's do a thorough blend with white. One moment. Mixing colors right now. Okay, that's about a 50-50 blend. Okay, yeah, that seems like more of the color we are looking for. I think. I hope so. Here's fingers crossed that it's actually recently going to be decent. Okay. Right. Yep. Okay. Let's get rid of you, ugly ass eyes. Okay, one down, one to go. It's too thick. Hold on. How thin am I supposed to... You mean the paint? Once I go thin, then this would happen. Look at this. With the bow tie. Focus. Freaking water, man. Less control every single time. I'll try to do it with water afterwards, but right now I want to block it out with just thick paint. Just to get the overall. If you want me to layer it on later on, I would. Okay. Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Okay, that's looking decent, actually. Okay, there we go. All right, leave that. There we go. Whew. Most stressful 5 seconds of my life. Leave that to cure. And then probably mix it with more white to get the highlight color. Now this I might mix with water. Just a little bit of water. But it probably won't end too well. Not gonna lie. Okay. Let's see. All right. Well, once it's dried up, then we could see if it could do what we need it to do. Should I put it in more sunlight? Probably there. Yeah. I'll grab more paper just so that we don't make a mess everywhere. Yeah, I'll grab more paper first while waiting for this to dry. One moment. Ow. Alright. Can you paint your own paper? Can I? I mean, should be what? Easier compared to this. Nice Sunday activity. Well, last time was a Saturday. It's just that I used the whole... Wait, I should not use that paint. I should use darker paint, actually. Yesterday was a Saturday. It's just that I used the whole Saturday yesterday to freaking sand it down. And to repaint it where it needs to be. Just making sure the camera's still there. This will ruin my brush real fast, actually. I just realized. It won't. It was bristled. It was bristled before this. It bristles faster, for sure. Right, hold on. Let me... Yeah, that's dried up. Highlights of the eyes. How does Doro look again? Hold on. How does Doro look again? Highlights above or highlights below? Highlights should be above. Okay. Yeah, definitely not too much water on this one. Otherwise, I'll have near zero control for this stupid fucking eye. Not to mention I'm mixing the paint on paper, so I do not have too much of the same paint. Which would be bad if we were to run out of paint. Okay. Whew. Okay. Yeah, something like that. We'll leave that out to dry first. Wait, why is her eyes pink? It's always pink. It's always been pink. What do you mean? It's always been pink. Well, it's supposed to be this purple-ish pink, but our purple isn't very purple. And the paint that I bought seems to be very pastel, because apparently mixing pink with black gives me gray. So there's definitely way too much white pigments there. That's the white of your eyes though, right? Yeah, but it's not a realistic eyeball. It's supposed to be like a... You can Google Doro. You have a PC with you. I don't have a laptop with me. And I'm using my phone for streaming. Google Muson Pro's Doro. That's what I'm aiming for, those types of eyes. Like the one that's just 2-layer and a white highlight. Okay, is it dried up? I think it's dried up. Okay, more. There we go. Okay. Yeah, leave it to dry. 1 hour in to the stream and not much progress. Welcome to art. Where you won't find too much progress here. Only pain. Only pain and agony. Only pain and Doro. The world shall know Doro. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely a mess. We'll patch it up later on, but for now, what I want to do is work on the other parts. Of the model. Yeah, this one, small details like this I don't dare to do. I don't dare to mix with water. Because I'll have absolutely no control of it if we were to mix this with water. And that's why I don't do watercolor. I prefer oil for thicker consistency and way more control for someone who has barely any control of their hands motorically. Okay. Yeah. Definitely messed that up. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Doro's still here. I should move it closer. The sun is slowly shrinking away. There we go. I should also move the paper. There we go. So it's definitely the wrong color for the bow tie, but it's not the wrong color for the eyes. You're gonna paint them out? Oh, right, you reminded me. Thank you. Actually, legit forget. Should do that, actually, while we still have the red paint, but we'll do the eyes first. We'll finish the eyes first. How the hell do you do filler style painting if I have to use water? That makes absolutely no sense. Water will thin out the consistency. And even if I did sand it down, it'll still have this stupid, like, lines. Those stupid lines. For some reason. Okay. Right. I think the eyes should be fine now. Let's move stuff back. Move this back as well. Whoops. Yeah, hold on. There we go. There we go. Maybe? Too thin. There we go. And mess that up. It's fine. I still don't get how you guys paint with water. Unless it's a hard surface sort of thing. I swear to God, this is confusing. Okay. Alright, let's wash my brush, paint them out, while waiting for this to dry. What is this, bro? Hey, hey. This is Doro from Goddess of Victory Nikke, 3D printed and prepped for painting. Welcome to the stream. I was painting my brushes. Sorry if I didn't catch that message. Oh, dear. Oh boy. Okay. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Oh god, Doro's deep throating that so hard. There we go. Okay, a little bit more. There we go. Ooh. Ooh. Oh god. There we go. Done. Done. Actually done. There we go. Okay. Hmm. Okay, that's done. Maybe here, because I did mess it up a bit. There we go. Leave it out to dry. Right. Once it's decently dry, let us start to